Creon, the first home game of the season is nearly upon us. You excited to be back on home court?
Yeah, extremely excited to be back in front of our fans. Obviously a little bit of pressure for all of us because we want to perform at the best of our ability, but extremely excited to be back at the sports park.
In the immediate aftermath of Friday's defeat at Bristol, you spoke about wanting to see a reaction on the practice court to make sure that the last 10 minutes didn't happen again. Have you been pleased with what you've seen so far?
Definitely. I think everybody came in, ready to work. We know we let one go, and so the reaction of the players and the coaching staff has been extremely positive. We looked over the film. It was very hard to watch. I had personally watched it over about 5 to 10 times, and so going over it again hurt. But we've got to learn from it, and we can't be making those mistakes.
But there were lots of positives to take certainly from the first 35 minutes. Primarily perhaps the spread of scorers. Are you looking for that to be a theme throughout the season? That's
definitely how we've built the team, is to share the scoring, kind of like play in a way that everybody's looking after each other, and that showed in that game with the scoring spread. We're going to need that against a very strong Worcester team, but if we share the basketball and we do our rebounding and defensive duties, I'm confident that we'll be in there for a chance to win the game.
You say a strong Wolves team. They started the season with a good win against Lions, and someone who very familiar face to all Scorchers fans, Jordan Williams, had a particularly strong game. What do you expect from them as a whole team?
Yeah, obviously Jordan Williams will be the first person that we'll be kind of like focusing on. Immense talent. Would love to have had him here, but he's now at Worcester and had a brilliant game against the Lions. So having coached against him, coached him, I should say, and now having to coach against him, we kind of like know a little bit about him. So we should be able to try and focus on what we need to do. Worcester as a team, they've recruited really well. Coach Newby's brought in some good Americans, some good European experience. I expect them, to be at least a top 5 team with that roster that they've put together. But this is what makes the challenge for us even more exciting.
Yourself, you hope to have Chip Flanagan available for the first time. Is it good to have him individually on court and to have a fully fit roster?
Having Chip to start the game is going to be very big to us. Like I said, coming off the Bristol game, I think Kaylin and Adrian did an absolutely great job for us at the point guard position. But having our starter is going to be key. Obviously, he's a game behind everybody else, but I think he'll fit in from what we've seen at practice. He'll bring us a little bit more rebounding, and obviously he's a great passer of the ball. So we're extremely over the moon to have Chip play his first official professional basketball game.
You've spoken often about how superb the fans were last year through difficult times. Saturday is Fan Appreciation Day at the Sports Park Arena. What impact do they have as a coach and as a player? How important is it as a member of the Scorchers roster to have a partisan crowd behind them?
I think it's key, not wanting to harp on about the Bristol game, but I think the Bristol fans kind of like made the big difference. They never gave up on the team, kept on pushing them, and they ended up not giving up, whereas with 5 minutes to go, I think other teams would have, but the crowd kept them in it. I've always said this, that our fans make a huge difference to our performances. Our fans have always been great, been Fan Appreciation Night, they come, if we have everybody in black or our blue, we'll make the set the tone, and then obviously make as much noise as they possibly can, because it does make a huge difference to the players' energy on the court.
And if it is that tight game as we saw on Friday, they can be the 1% difference between winning or not winning.
Definitely, when you're tired and you need a little bit of a jolt, you just, you get the energy from the fans. They know that. They give us the energy especially on the defensive end, and then that gives you energy to run and get them some easy points. So we're going to give our all, and with the backing of the fans, we know that we're going to be able to give any team that comes into Surrey Sports Park a tough game.
Excellent. We look forward to it already. Thank you very much, Creon.
Thank you.